Legendary vocalist and songwriter Ann Caldwell is on a sentimental journey after COVID. She tells me what she's working on right now for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Ann Caldwell, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just great.
That's the only question I'm going to ask. Unless you do it from here on out.
You know, me and you saw each other just right here on Broad Street a couple of weeks ago, and we, waved and said hello to each other.
Like Southerners do.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And, I know that obviously you are a vocalist, a songwriter, and a storyteller, and you have been extremely busy lately.
So, kind of sort of, yeah. Yes, I have.
Tell me, what's new, what's now with Ann Caldwell and your music?
Where do I begin? I am doing a lot more storytelling and singing in conjunction with that. And I'm also completed writing a children's book that I'll be doing some, audio book thing tomorrow. So I'll be working on that. But I've been working on that and doing odds and ends. I refuse to clean baseboards. So, just what Ann Caldwell does when Ann Caldwell gets busy.
Yes.
And that's not always singing, it's always doing things. I kind of got it from my father, who's a jack of all trades and master at nothing. I just like to do stuff. I have tools.
Yes.
And I'm singing.
What tools have you brought out the box to help you enhance your music career?
Well, I won't say anything new. I've started back working with trios.
Yes.
I did something with my jazz band in March. I'll be doing something again June 25th. It's a classic R&B review at the Fox Music House. So I've been working on that, which is where I just came from, getting the song together and all that.
Yes.
And again, working on the book and thinking about other things to do. I'm enjoying life as it is. Right now.
So what got you from your musical career to right now being a children's book author?
It was something I've been working on for a long time, off and on. You write a little bit, and you put it to one side, and you go back, maybe I add a little bit more.
Yeah.
And my mother was the inspiration for it. The title of the book is called Going to See a Man About a Cow. And it was something my mother would tell us when she didn't want us to know what she was doing. She'd just say, I'm going to see a man about a cow. And we figure it must have been something else to it because we never saw the cow. So it's just one thing after another. Somebody asked, can you do this? And I said, sure. I think my most challenging endeavor was doing the Japanese national anthem. I did it quite a few years ago, and another group came in town and said, we have some Japanese visitors coming with us. No pressure. Could you sing that again? So you say yeah, and then you go running to find out where it is.
Right.
And all that. But it's just one thing leading to another thing. You get the phone call, can you do this?
Yeah.
And I said, sure. So I do it. So it's hard to answer your question the way you need me to answer it. It's just you wake up one day and you get the phone call and you're off in some direction doing stuff. So it's different things.
Different things. So Miss Ann, let me ask you, how do you balance it?
Does it appear that I'm balancing it? It's just staying one step ahead of everything I have to do. When you contacted me, oh yes, I have that on the calendar. I have to do that tomorrow. Okay, let me go do that.
Yes.
And it's kind of like that. And as I get a little older, I'm having to pace myself. You do something, and you go back and you take the mid-afternoon nap.
Yes.
You didn't hear me say that. It's the pacing. It's the taking, and that's part of taking care of this vehicle.
Yes.
Sometimes I adhere to that. Sometimes I don't.
You do.
But
So when it comes to that pace, what has that pace been like for you musically?
It's been really, really wild and crazy because you'll have, like I had last week, you'll have a week when you're not doing anything.
Right.
And then here comes another week when I'm doing something this week, every day this week. And that's not to say it's all performances. Again, as we get a little mature,
Yes.
doctors like to see us in their offices, just taking care of things and taking each day as it comes, and being mindful that you can't do everything, so don't even try sometimes. And then I don't pay attention to what I just said. Just be mindful that to take care. I'm not 30 plus anymore, but I am, by the grace of God, in good shape.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm the age I am, and still able to walk up several flights of stairs and go down them, and I don't have. I didn't say that. I go to the gym a couple of times, and I'm pretty active.
Yes,
so I stay fairly active.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it comes to the music business, Miss Ann, what are you mindful of when it comes to music today?
That everything will not be perfect. Every event won't be perfect. There'll be a glitch waiting somewhere. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and he said, "Well, I learned how to do what I do by watching you." And a certain situation came up where things were not like where we wanted them to be. And he kind of glanced over at me, and he was calm. He says, "I remembered what you said. Not every gig will be." And you gotta know that every gig, every performance is not going to be perfect, and you're going to have to be charming and accommodative and all that stuff, even when you don't feel like it, because they're having their issues as well. So let them work them out, and they'll let you know what you need to do. And sometimes that's all I want to know. What do you want me to do?
Right.
How long do you want me to do it?
Right.
When do you want me to do
Right.
it? How will I know when I'm done?
Right.
Like that.
So, musically, Miss Ann, who inspires you? Because you inspire so many in this low country and beyond.
Whew. I'm inspired by, I would say a lot. Most of the unsung heroes are the ones I tend to kind of gravitate towards, those who have amazing abilities. Randy Crawford is one of my favorites.
Yes.
And some of the older ones that have come and gone.
Yeah.
You know, the Sarahs,
yes.
the Ellas, a lot of them. And I'm just grateful to be able to do what I do.
Yes.
And again, I thank God for the gift
Yes.
that I have. And sometimes it amazes me. He could have given it to you, and then you have a lot more talent and good looking on top of that. Not that you don't now, but you have a lot more.
Thank you.
And good looking.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
and well dressed.
Thank you.
And it smells good too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure I don't have to pay for the smile, because I'm sure I wouldn't be able to afford it.
I'm trying to keep up with him, Miss Ann. Trust
Yes,
me.
you did. That's the other thing. Keep up with your teeth.
Oh yeah, brushing and flossing every day.
Yes.
I know I'm being redundant,
That's okay.
but what has been sentimental about your musical journey?
What has been sentimental about my musical journey? The journey period has made me think about stuff that was going on in the past that I didn't pay much attention to until I got older, and you wish, man, I wish I paid a lot more attention to that, and maybe it would have changed things just a little bit, or I'd appreciate it, and I appreciate it now. To have conversations with folks who are no longer here, and you wish you had those conversations when they were here. And the music brings back memories, good memories, sometimes not so good memories, but for the most part, memories. I appreciate the era that I was raised in, The thing that makes life so difficult now is because I was raised in that era. I remember rotary dial phones
Yes.
and telephone booths and black and white TVs
Yes.
and stuff like that, and how you had to be at home to get a phone call.
That's right.
So, and life was a little slower.
Which I love.
I do too. It was a little slower, but I appreciate the stuff that I was raised on and told. Behave, say yes, ma'am,
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
ma'am.
That's right.
No, sir, yes, sir.
Right.
Don't ever say huh
Right.
to your mama.
Yeah. She's telling me today, don't say that to me.
Don't say that to me.
Even to this day at 38. Don't say it.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that. But the music does something. Sometimes certain music does. Certainly.
So what's on your playlist today?
What's on my playlist today? I was humming something. I just left the band leader that I'm going to be working with, and we went through some songs. Gosh, what's on my playlist today? It's hard to tell sometimes. I don't play my radio. I've been listening to Anita Baker stuff.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've been listening. My thing happens at night when it's late and I'm done. I need to hear that song, and I still have albums.
Oh wow.
And a turntable, so I kind of like that.
Right.
So, and one song leads to another song, and then another song, and another song. Just the sound of the voice and what the music is saying. It all depends. I never quite know. I never really quite know what my playlist will be like until nighttime hits and I'm supposed to be going to bed. But I gotta hear one more song. I think one night it was Peebo Bryson.
Sure.
Like Peebo's voice.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be stuff like that.
Wow. When you look at your own playlist, Miss Ann, and you look at the list of your songs, which one of those songs describes you?
The song that I like, and the guys know this, that I didn't even have to tell them, I just counted off 1 and 2, is a song by Sade called Maureen. Maureen talks about a friend of hers who is no longer either walking the earth or in the place where she is. And it reminds me of my very first friend, Sheila. And Sheila passed away shortly after writing me a letter. And I regret that I did not respond to her letter. But I loved the song Maureen, just the rhythm of it and the thought of it.
Yes.
You'll never meet my best friends. You'll never meet my new friends. And I think, and that makes me think about, because Sheila, her brother and her sister, I was the same age as Sheila. Sheila's brother was the same age as my brother. Sheila's youngest sister was the same as my sister. So those were our playmates.
Yes.
So we were together whenever it was playtime. That's who we played with. So, and of course, as you get older, you get married, you move and all that. But I remember Sheila. That may not say much about me per se, and I'm not sure. I guess if I had to pick a song, it would be A Song for You by What Happens. I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs, made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching. We're alone now, and I'm singing the song for you. I would say that one's close to who I am, what I am.
What I am.
Yeah, it's the audience that makes me what I am.
That,
Donny Hathaway.
yeah, absolutely. And I was wondering, Miss Ann, what does your stage presence and performances do for the audience?
It keeps them. They hardly ever walk out.
Thank God. Thank God.
I think I'd like to think that I was engaging enough, and that's, for me, is what it is, which is why I kind of prefer smaller audiences. Although I've been blessed to be able to be on big stages with a lot of stuff around me, but it's that intimate audience, so that you're not so far away that they can't see the expression on your face, and they see things I don't see. Of course, I see things they don't see.
Right.
But I'd like to think that I was engaging, and that's the thing that draws people back to my performance, not just the performance, but hopefully who I am. And I don't take what it is I have and the responsibility I have for granted. It's a gift that's been given to me, and I'm supposed to mold it and make it do what it's supposed to do, because there are some things God will not do for you. He says, here, let me see what you can do with it. And I'm free to do that. But I'd like to think it was the engaging, because I do appreciate people coming out.
Yes.
I have to be there, but you don't.
Right.
And what I think, some of you, and I may have said this to audience, some of you have gone home and washed again, and put on clean clothes, and rushed to have dinner just to be here. So I appreciate that. I'm more appreciative of my audience, because they don't have to be there. And when I hear people, oh, we had to come, I had to bring somebody, I don't take that for granted. And never will. You don't have to be here, but I do. Even if nobody else comes, I have to be here, and I appreciate them being there.
Yes, ma'am.
You could have interviewed lots of interesting people. See that nice man there? You could interview him. He looks interesting. She looks interesting.
But no, I get to talk to the legend today. But what do you want to do next with your musical gift?
Ooh, what do I want to do? I think I'm doing it. I think the question for me was, where do I want to go now? And I kind of fantasize about singing at the Metropolitan. Or someplace like that.
Yes, it's going to happen.
Well, it did, actually. I went to see a friend, to do a friend's mother's memorial.
Right.
And we were passing by the Met. So I said, take a picture of me singing in front of the Met, so I can tell people,
yes,
I sang at the Met. There.
Yeah.
I want to be able to keep doing what I'm doing for as many people as I can do it for, to just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Because my mission statement is to encourage, enlighten, enhance, engage. If I can keep doing that, and somebody is inspired by that, okay, fine, then my life is complete. I think.
Yes, ma'am.
I think.
So what do you want to enhance next? Who do you want to engage with when it comes to the younger audiences and the younger musicians coming up?
I would like to be able to, and I'm seriously thinking about doing a vocal masterclass. Little ones seem to be a lot more receptive to what you're doing, and I've been doing an African American history presentation called From Africa to the White House, and give little ones just a brief snippet of what the progress was from there to America to the White House and having the first black president. Just be an inspiration to whomever I can, whoever is on the other end of that phone call, or whoever is walking by and say, "Oh, Miss Caldwell, I need to know this, that, and the other thing." Okay, I'll give you the benefit of my vast but limited knowledge. Just whoever needs it, and I tell people it's not longevity. I will give you what you need right now. Take that, run with it, because I don't want you to stand around watching me grow old. Okay? Because they're probably doing some of that now, and I'd like to be able to tell them about the stuff they don't know, that may not have anything to do so much with singing, but with interacting.
Yes.
And how do you handle rejection? How do you handle falling face down on the floor? How do you handle that? That's stuff that I don't think is told. Everybody, and I could be wrong, everybody's kind of honed in on being on stage instead of knowing what goes on backstage.
That's
and
right.
What's going on over there. It's kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan. A friend and I were watching Stevie Ray Vaughan play the guitar, and I said to my friend, "What do you think would happen if Stevie Ray Vaughan broke a string?" And just at that moment, Stevie Ray Vaughan broke a string. And there was a guy over here on the side of the stage getting ready to hand Stevie Ray Vaughan another guitar, and he never stopped playing while the guy slipped the other guitar into his hand and took the other one out.
Wow.
That's, a lesser man would have stopped, but you keep on. Keep on. What did Paganini say? Even with that one string,
Right.
keep on, and stories like that, an education like that.
Yes.
How do you deal with the restaurant owner, and the bride, and the bride's mother, and the bride's father?
Sure.
The behind the scenes stuff. That, do I move the mic stand now, or when do I move it? Where do I put it? What do I do with my hands?
Right.
That kind of stuff. And how do you deal? They said, what do you do if somebody walks out? I said, I am relieved that I am no longer a problem for them, and they are no longer a problem for me. Yes, I'm not everybody's sugar cookie. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not everybody's bowl of cereal. So, move on.
Move on.
Move on.
That's all. That's all.
Just get up. Some days you just have to do because of or in spite of. You just, especially when you do it for a living, know that there will come a moment when it kind of falls apart, and being the artist that you become, you learn how to not fall apart with it. You just, I read a book written by a Navy SEALs colonel, or whatever they call Navy SEALs, and there was some interesting things about what Navy SEALs do within a 6-month period that the rest of us don't do. And stuff happens.
Yes.
If you do it enough times, people with chainsaws eventually will saw up something.
That's right.
And you pay attention. Look, there's always a lesson to be learned. Don't think you know it all simply because you're traveling all over the world and getting paid lots and lots of money and get to drive nice cars and live. There's always something to be learned. I'm still learning. I am still learning. And I make it my business to learn.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah, and pass it on. It's not just
Like,
I'm not. If you look around, I'm not the only tree. I'm not the only limb on the tree.
that's right.
So somebody else can do something. Somebody else will be in a position that you may never aspire to. I take care of what Ann Caldwell has been given, and whether that's in another country, whether that's down the street, I have my responsibility as a singer. Music is needed everywhere.
Yes.
So if I don't travel all over the world, that's okay. Somebody's going to hear my music. And it's not about getting awards, although those are good, and I've had a few myself. It's playing your game where you are, singing that song, where you are, even if it's just for an audience of one. Even if only one gets it, and that's all I can do. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah. Where do you want to play your game next with this music game?
I haven't a clue. I just hope I'm ready to do it when that opportunity presents itself. As I'm living a pretty good life right now, and I didn't realize that until I asked my oldest nephew. I said, "What are you gonna do when you get my age?" He said, "Oh, I'm gonna live like you." I said, "What does that mean?" "I'm just gonna enjoy life." And that's honestly what I've been doing. I wasn't kidding you when I said I have tools. I have tools. My friends, especially my single girlfriends who don't have boyfriends or husbands to do stuff, I break out my toolbox and I fix things.
Yes.
And the feeling that resonates for me is satisfaction. I love the satisfaction of having done what I needed to do, and I kind of sort of think I did it well, and that's enough. The satisfaction of seeing something done, of having a performance where people came and enjoyed what you were doing, and told you that they enjoyed what you did. And okay, thank you very much. But also knowing how to get off the stage.
Yes.
Get off the stage. You got a hobby? Or go sweep the floor. Take the trash. Just so you can stay grounded. Because I'm sure there are those who walk around on stage all the time. See, I'm off stage. I have my Minnie Mouse snap.
Yes. And what has kept you grounded for all of these years, Ms. Ann?
God. Again, it's knowing that the gift that's been given to me. I'm not sure. I'm kind of like, think I'm cool like my daddy was, and ladylike when I have to be.
Yes.
But just doing the things that draw attention, not just to me, but to God. I became a Christian. The walk has been perilous at times, not because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, me messing up. Just staying close, walking as closely as I can, remembering that I'm walking close.
Yes.
And trusting God for it all, because it could end tomorrow. It could end in a few minutes. And I've been in a place where I thought I had lost my voice and had to come to the conclusion or just come to the fact, okay, that it would be the good Lord taking it away. Now where do I go from here? And letting him take it away. And I did that. Well, if you take it, okay, that'll be okay. I kind of say like one of the apostles.
Oh yes.
It's the grace is going to save me.
Yes.
I had a good mother. I had good people around me. And it's the pause to realize that I didn't give me this. I don't deserve it. Could have easily given it to somebody else. Not that I don't take it for granted. I can do things with my voice that others not so much can't do, but don't do.
Right.
It's a voice. It's the gifts that have been given to me, and I have to be responsible for them.
Yes.
That's what keeps me grounded. And if I do things that cause them not to work anymore, or to just plain old lose them, then that's on me. But the relationship I have with Jesus Christ, and what I read, that could apply to me. All right, it probably does. Keeps me grounded, and the fact that I don't mind getting dirty. I go in the yard and I just do stuff.
Right.
I just do stuff because I can. You take out a shovel, you
Right.
cover up some poop, and go on with life. And doing things for other folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I call it a good life because I've always wanted to be able to do what I'm doing, and sing and perform.
Yes.
But I also want to live a regular life.
Yeah.
Where, somebody said, we'll give you in trade, we'll give you a room at the hotel here downtown or something. I'm going, put that in something.
Right.
Thank you very much, but if ever I need it, I will definitely let you know.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of being able to sleep in my own bed. There are those who travel all over the world and all over the country and everything. And honestly, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to stay as close to being normal as I can,
Sure.
and I do that. That's just a natural flow for me. Just living a normal life, doing the things I know how to do, that I've been given the opportunity to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the other thing. And it does give me a little bit of a rush when somebody says, "Hi, Ann Caldwell." And I said, "Do I know you?" No, you don't.
Right.
I had a policeman in a police car. He was parked right there, and I was going past. He says, "Hello, Miss Caldwell." I wasn't a policeman. It gives you a little bit of a rush, but then again, you have to, okay, Ann, bring it down, calm down. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Well, legendary vocalist, songwriter, and now children's book author, Ann Caldwell, thank you for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.